fevers. A low fever is something that only lasts for 2 days and goes. But when the Bible speaks about a high fever, this fever lasts for a long period. It's an unspecified time, but it also does something to the digestive system. It starts causing you to have diarrhea. So Peter's mother was in a harmful condition. She was in a condition where she was feeling tortured. But I want you to look at it in the context that when Jesus goes into the house, they ask him to help her. And what did Jesus do in verse 39 of this high fever? He stood over her. Okay, now this is what I want to share with you before we go there. Whose mother-in-law is it? Peter's. It's Peter's mother-in-law. So Peter was married. Hello, Roman Catholic Church, eat your heart out. Peter was married. But I want you to say something there. Peter did not become a disciple yet. And this is for the textual critics. He did not become a disciple yet. So why did Luke put this story before Peter became a disciple? So there's something that is anachronistic, something that is out of place in Luke's scripture. Luke is trying to let us know something that his audience doesn't know. He's trying to let us know that Jesus not only had power over demons, but he also had power to heal. When you look at the Gospel of Mark chapter 1, we see that Jesus enrolled Peter to come follow him, then he healed his mother-in-law. In Matthew chapter 14, we see that he heals his mother-in-law after he enrolls Peter to come follow him. Yes. But before we deal with that story of Peter being enrolled by Jesus to become a disciple, he starts off the story with him going into Simon Peter's mother-in-law's house to heal her. And the sign was that Jesus has power to not only deliver demons, but also heal the sick. Amen. So that's something you need to look at, all right? So he stands over her, and then he speaks with authority, fever come out of her. Why? The reason why I believe that Jesus stood over her was to show that sickness was under him. When you understand that sickness is under you, you will stand over your sickness and command sickness to come out. So there was something very powerful about Jesus' shadow. When he overshadowed her with his presence, the authority that came out of him caused her to receive her healing. Now, when that fever jumped out of her, look at verse 39. What did she do? She immediately got up and waited on him, or ministered to him. That Greek word is diakoneo. Diakoneo. Delta, iota, alpha, kappa, omega, nu, iota, omega. It's in the Greek. Diakonos is where we get the English word deacon from. So deacon or deaconess comes from the word diakonos, which means the minister. So when Jesus healed her, she became a minister. Wow. I have to scratch my head with it. Because there's something very powerful from an applicable standpoint. There's many people, they want to minister to the Lord without being healed first. You want to preach the word of God, but you still have unforgiveness in your heart. You want to minister to God, but yet you're unhealed. And before Jesus allowed her to minister to him, he had to heal her. Now, Mark chapter 1 says he took her by the hand, and then she got up and started ministry. And we already know from an apostolic standpoint, the hand represents the fivefold ministry. The Lord is healing the fivefold ministry right now because we got a lot of dysfunctional people who call themselves apostles, prophets, pastors, teachers, and they need healing themselves. So Jesus is healing his hand so that the hand can minister to the body. Someone say, Lord, heal me. Lord, heal me. How quick did she do it? Immediately. Now, here is a pastoral application. I give you the apostolic application. Here is a pastoral application. When the Lord heals you, when the Lord saves you, when the Lord delivers you, are you quick to serve him? Wow. When the Lord casts out devils out of your life, gives you a breakthrough, do you immediately serve him? How many people in here have gifts that can help the body of Christ, but they're still procrastinating? God that gave you a breakthrough, he done blessed your socks off, He done opened doors for you, and all of a sudden, instead of you immediately serving him, you end up serving yourself. Wow. So there's a concept that we have more mini stars instead of ministers in God's church. We have too many people that come to serve us instead of service. Yeah. Someone catch it. Yeah, I got it. But when he restores us, there's a ministry that resides in you that you must begin to operate by. She's sort of serving him. Now watch. Verse 40 says, when the sun was setting. My God. What does that mean when the sun is setting? It's going down. We just saw that Jesus had a full day. He was in the synagogue. He had to deal with a demoniac. Oh, this one wanted to deal with the demoniac. What is the first phrase that the demoniac said? Let us alone. I almost forgot that. That means that this man had many demons in him. Yeah. So he had to deal with a legion within this man. This man needed deliverance on many areas. See, sometimes you can be delivered in one area, and don't think that you're Superman already. Don't think that you're Superwoman already. Because there's still some other areas that God wants to deliver you from. And he had to deal with that in the morning, Sabbath morning. Now, he had to heal Simon Peter's mother. And then he goes, and the Bible says the sun is still going down. And what is Jesus doing? He's still ministering. He hasn't rested yet. He hasn't laid down yet. He hasn't took a vacation yet. He's still ministering. And watch. All those who had any who were sick with various diseases brought them to him and laid his hands on each one of them. What happened? Now, I wonder how long Jesus' service was. Jesus, he said, hey, Peter, go heal this. So, no. He laid hands on each one of them. Which means that we got to be spirit-led when it comes to laying hands on people. Yes. Because it is the anointing on the vessel that releases healing. Yeah. Jesus laid hands on each one of them, which gives us our first point. This is what's on the text. He didn't skip or overlook anyone. Yeah. See, this is our mentality now. After the prophet prophesies to us, we're ready to go home. We're not ready to hear the prophetic word for our brothers and sisters. It's time to go. We got KFC, we got to go to the corral. I got mine. Ain't that the truth? The mentality of the Western church is, give us 30 minutes and we're done. But the text says, Jesus was ministering from the morning to the night. Well, I think we still on milk. We're not ready for meat. How many did missionary work before? How many traveled and did mission? Okay. Brother Joe and, of course, my wife from Malaysia. Now, baby, can you tell them about the praise? These people in Malaysia, their praise. They had church every day. They had church every day. And their praise, wasn't it strong? Nigerians, they stay having church for 5 hours, 6 hours. Americans? 30 minutes, 15 minutes. Which is okay because you make my job easier. I give you 30 minutes, I'm done, okay? That's all you can handle, I'm good. It is. It's definitely ridiculous. It is ridiculous. It is contrary to the context because Jesus never had a time frame. Now watch, I want y'all to see this. Number 2, he didn't tolerate people being bound by demons. Do you know that sometimes it takes a long time to heal people and to deliver people from demons? Yeah. Sometimes you got to tarry with a person for a while until they're delivered. That takes a long time. More power to those that are in the deliverance ministry. Because it takes a long time. Sometimes you got to pray with a person 30 minutes to 45 minutes. Yeah. Even Jesus sometimes had to stay long with a person. We see this in Mark chapter 5. The Bible says he kept telling the demoniac to come out of this man. Jesus had a hard time to deal with a demon that understood his power of intercession. And that's a whole other text. Then 3, Jesus refused to let demons worship or acknowledge him, but cast them out. Look at verse 41. Demons also were coming out of many shouting, "You are the Son of God," but rebuking them, he would not allow them to speak because they knew him to be the Christ. Now I want to deal with this because there's familiar spirits in church Familiar spirits will cause you to worship Jesus. They'll make you appear that you're worshiping Jesus. They'll make you appear that you're serving the Lord, but you still got issues that you have not dealt with. You'll come in the familiarity of religiosity and still do not receive your breakthrough. Can I submit to you that one of the spirits that apostles and prophets break is a spirit of religion? Wow. A religious spirit will cause you to miss the move of God. And that spirit must be broken. Unless it's broken, you'll come to church in a mechanical way. But there will be no authenticity within your spirit. You'll never experience transformation because you refuse to allow the Holy Spirit to come in and to work on you, to cast that spirit out of you, so that you may be delivered. 42 says, when the day came, Jesus left and went to a secluded place, and the crowds were searching for him, and what? Came to him and tried to keep him from going away from anything. Look at 5. Here's the fifth thing that we see in Jesus' life. Fourth thing. Jesus secluded himself to refresh or revive himself in the presence of his Father. We see that in the text. See, sometimes you got to withdraw yourself. You got to seclude yourself from people. Listen, the only way that I'm staying fresh is that I have the time to be with people, but then I know my time to separate from the people. It's not that I'm being mean. It means I need to get refreshed to give you more revelation. You see,